This is a Ramana Maharshi clip, a talk by Ramana Maharshi with comments by Richard Clarke. This is a time to listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. I'm Richard Clarke. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is talk number 3. A question was asked as to the nature of happiness. Maharshi said, if a man thinks that his happiness is due to external causes and possessions, it's reasonable to conclude that his happiness must increase with the increase of possessions and diminish in proportions to their diminution. Therefore, if he is devoid of possessions, his happiness should be nil. What is the real experience of man? Does it conform to this view? In deep sleep, the man is devoid of possessions, including his own body. Instead of being unhappy, he is quite happy. Everyone desires to sleep soundly. The conclusion is that happiness is inherent in man and not due to external causes. One must realize his self in order to open the store of unalloyed happiness. The question posed is about the nature of happiness. Ramana Maharshi's response is profound and encapsulates a key aspect of his teaching on self-realization and inner happiness. Remember that Ramana said, all beings want always to be happy. The search for happiness is what motivates our actions. Ramana Maharshi begins by addressing the common idea that happiness is derived from external sources, activities, and possessions, that people usually look to gain some happiness from outside of themselves. Many people believe that their happiness depends on what they gain and have from the external world. If this were true, you'd expect them to have, the more you have, the happier you'd be. And happiness would decrease as possessions and status diminish. In other words, the more you have, the happier you should be. The less you have, the less happy you should be. But it's not this way at all. Ramana challenges this by pointing out the actual human experience during deep sleep. In deep sleep, you don't have anything. You're devoid of possessions, including your body. Yet, during deep sleep, you're not unhappy. In fact, you're quite content. This paradoxical experience of happiness in the absence of external possessions contradicts the notion that happiness depends on external things and circumstances. Ramana draws a profound conclusion that true happiness is inherent within everyone. It's not something that comes from the outside, but rather is a fundamental aspect of our being, our inner self. This inner happiness remains untouched by external gains or losses. It is always there. To access this unalloyed happiness, realize your nature. your true self. Ramana emphasizes self-realization, going beyond identification with the ego and recognizing your real nature, your self with a capital S. When you realize your true self, you find the everlasting source of happiness, one not subject to the changes and fluctuations of external circumstances. Ramana's message is that the pursuit of happiness through external means is futile. Happiness that no longer comes and goes can only be found from within yourself, through self-realization. This teaching is central to Advaita Vedanta, the teaching of non-duality, which identifies the unity of the individual soul, the Atman, with the ultimate reality, Brahman, yourself, with the self of the universe. Ramana taught within the framework of Advaita because it fit with his own direct experiences. So inquire, know yourself, and be always free and at peace. These videos help bring Ramana Maharshi's teachings into your direct experience. Subscribe now